Welcome back to the Art of Save Scumming, everybody. I'm going to apologize that I've been out for about a week on business travel, and because I did not have access to my machine, I obviously could not make any good content for you guys. That said, what I've got here is satiation of my withdrawal from Total War Warhammer 3. We're going to do some Skaven content. I'm going to show you my open for Throt the Unclean. And if you want to see this done in a live stream campaign, then please sound off in the comment section down below. Interact with the video and tell your friends about the Art of Save Scumming. I need to get those numbers up so they can justify blocking out 4 hours of time or more to do live streams on the regular. Trust me, I would love nothing more than an excuse to block out 4 hours in the middle of my workday to stream Total War Warhammer 3 for you guys. Please help me. I need it. That said, the way that I think the strongest strat for the longest time for Throt was to abandon Hell Pit and then take on the dwarves and Kislev in an effort to basically bump this up to tier 4 early on in the campaign. I no longer think that that is the best way to do the Throt campaign because I think that that slows you down slower than you need to be. I am very much a fan of keeping the early game of Skaven campaigns to be relatively slow. In this instance, I think that's too slow. So we're actually going to go ahead and bump this up to the next tier. The thing about Throt, he does not benefit from this building for his initial research. So if we want to get initial research under the way, we have to use either the Taskmaster's platform or the rubbish pit. Not build this right this second because depending on what we get here, we might have a space to build it. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and attach our hero. And then we're going to fight this battle. And the reason I'm going to do that now is because, well, we may have to do some save scumming. This is the art of save scumming, right? And if we're going to do some save scumming, then I want to generate a save file so I don't have to keep starting a new campaign because this is a legendary campaign. Now, you guys know standard operating procedure for these quick film starts is we're going to bump the auto resolve down to easy so that we can take advantage of the auto resolve. Do not do this in your campaign. It will absolutely wreck your campaign past the turns that I'm going to show you. This is a very, very bad strategy, but it cuts down my filming considerably. I'm only going to be taking this campaign up to the capture of grad, which we're going to take at max tier. Again, I'm going to reiterate, do not do this. You could have easily taken less casualties than this in this first battle. And again, we're doing this a little bit out of order because we want to be able to save scum a little bit. Take the food, and what we are save scumming here is we're going to go into the laboratory, and depending on your RNG, you may get unlucky here, and you may have to reload a couple times to be able to take advantage of this. The thing that we're looking for is an instability here for the purposes of getting all the way to here and giving it to our mutant rat ogre so that we have a cellular instability. So first off, we're going to select our wolf rats that are already got an instability there. Give them this one, then this one. That's going to open all this. We're going to then give them this, that one, and we made it through. We got our rat ogre, our mutant rat ogre, this cellular instability. That is going to make your battle power substantially better. That gives you a free warp bomb every single turn, and you can heal it with Throt's ability. That said, we go ahead and assign our points here. Route Marcher is going to be essential. This guy we're going to go for Stimulate Growth. We're then going to move on to Fort Stragoff. Go ahead and capture it, and we're going to take it at tier 1. Cool. We have our spot to be able to build our rubbish pit, so we don't have to use one of our spots here at Hell Pit. We're going to go ahead and build this building anyway because we want this settlement to progress. It needs to, we're going to keep this building the whole time. Now what we're going to do is at Hell Pit, we're going to go ahead and raise a new lord, and we're going to look for good traits here. It's not exceptionally important. That's a really good trait. We're going to go ahead and take that one. This guy is going to go ahead and recruit 3 clan rats. Over here, we're going to now move Throt after giving him Looter, and this guy Scavenger. We're now going to move him toward Zoyshank. Even though he can't move it there, we're going to need that little bit of movement there. We're now going to raise another lord at that settlement. And it looks to me like we don't have any exceptional traits in here. It doesn't really matter what we grab. We're going to go ahead and go with Perceptive. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And then this one is going to raise 3 Skaven Slave Slingers. We're also going to go and do this for our growth and construction costs, but also expansionist planning gives us access to this one right here. We're going to pop that next turn because we're going to need that food. And that should be the end of turn 1. Do not fight that quest battle. You will lose. You will need to do that later. Go ahead and take our devious plans. And we're kind of stuck on our research for now. Until this gets to tier 2 and we can build the Taskmaster's platform. We're also going to go ahead and pop this. Give us some growth. And some food. And now what we've generated is a situation. I don't know what this is right here. This is, oh, okay, that's our creature killer. No, we didn't. I thought they gave us another one of our quests. You can see that we can reach this. We are not currently at war with them, but we do not see the people that they are at war with, which is Castalton. If you move, right to here with Throt, you discover, or at least you should have discovered, the Great Orthodoxy. You can then tell them that you will join their war against the Ungol Kindred. That'll just give you a little bit of cheddar there, and it will also probably, depending on how beat up your army ends up from, you know, doing stupid crap like I'm doing here, that you should not be taking these kind of casualties. Again, do not do what I'm doing for the sake of filming here. We can now attack this settlement. Go ahead and grab this. We no longer need this rubbish pit here, so we can delete it. And now you can see that these 2 lords here are capable of attacking the Drazina Enclave. So is the Drazina Enclave at war with anybody but us? No. So we're going to go ahead and take out the Drazina Enclave. First off, move this guy in the region to start the siege. And I could have probably moved this guy a little bit better to be able to actually combine those armies. You can see I probably could have reached that with that, but it doesn't really matter that much. So we'll go ahead and move this one approximately here. And this should allow us, again, to take out the Drazina Enclave. We'll go ahead and take it at tier 1 again. Move this guy in there a little bit closer. We're going to go ahead and recruit. Where is that building? Okay, yeah. We'll go ahead and take more Route Marcher. This one is going to recruit more backline troops and more frontline troops. Some food. We're going to build the growth building here, and then after we've done our recruiting, we'll move on and delete that, put growth there. We don't need the growth building in these small settlements because, again, these only have the capacity to go up to tier 3. It's not really that important. They'll build themselves in time. We no longer need this building at Hell Pit. We're not going to spend this point. We have a point to spend for our Packmaster. We're not going to spend it because we want both of these at the same time. Throt, on the other hand, we're going to start running down Ancient Cunning here. Throt is going to go ahead and take on some more backline troops. Join war against the Brotherhood of the Bear. Just get some money, and that's going to boost our relations. So hopefully soon we'll be able to get that non-aggression pact. We want to get that early, and we want to move on to a defensive alliance early. Now in this instance, we need to do some scouting. We need to figure out where Castalton is. If he's sitting in Erengrad, then we're not going for Erengrad. If he's sitting in Castle Alexandrinov, we're not going for Castle Alexandrinov. So we're going to go ahead and pull this guy out. We're just going to move him right there. And it looks to me like we have the capacity to take Erengrad. Now, this one is going to be a little bit on the weird side in that, again, this is going to be a siege battle. I'm going to go ahead and declare war on them. Even though our auto-resolver is on easy, it still says valiant defeat. If I were to bump this back up to very hard, which we're going to for the cheesing of this town square battle, it says close defeat. Again, you're going to have to go in, take the town square, and cheese that whole mechanic to take this city, and I'm going to do that now. And there you have it. Took some damage on the army. We'll recover over the end turn. This is going to be your biggest problem keeping this guy alive because the cellular instability we gave him really decreases his ability to regenerate in post-battle, or not post-battle, in end turn replenishment. We're not going to take Erengrad at level 4. All right, Erengrad, level 4. We got plenty of build slots. First things first, we're going to go ahead and do expansionist planning to decrease the cost of things as well as increase our growth. We're going to need that growth. Now, you're going to build it this way. Taskmaster's platform, defenses, breeding stock. Okay? Then you're going to also add the growth building. You're going to need the growth building. Otherwise, this is going to take like 70 turns to get to tier 5. You're going to need the extra growth. I know that it's very tempting to build this. You're going to need the growth. Now, as far as Throt is concerned, we're going to set up a little bit of a trap here. We are hoping that Castalton will attack this position as the weak position. We do not want him to attack us at Erengrad. If he does attack us at Erengrad, we want the opportunity to get out of there. So we're going to go ahead and move Throt out of the city. Go ahead and take these skills and continue with that. Throt is going to go ahead and grab some troops. These guys, we're going to go ahead and set up in a bit of a trap. Which one is our sneaky guy? Perceptive. Sneaky. We're going to move this guy right here. This one is going to move past him ever so slightly. Transfer the units. This one is now going to recruit more units. And because we have Zoishank... Oh no, this one. We still have that. We're going to make sure that we build this. Since we didn't destroy that last turn, we're going to go ahead and use it. Imminent Rebellion says it's going to show up here. We don't really care if we lose that or not, to be completely honest. Can we save it? Yeah. If we turn that off, then we can. And we might be able to get back there to defend it. It doesn't really matter if it gets taken or not. If you don't want to do that, it's not imperative. I'm going to go ahead and do it because I don't want to... We're not going to deal with it during this campaign guide anyway. We're trying to take out Castalton. All right, so first and foremost, we're going to take these guys and we're going to transfer them into this other army. We're then going to take this guy, because next turn we are going to have that rebellion regardless. And we're going to move him to the capital, which is Ostrok. Right here. Go ahead and do some more recruiting. This guy is then going to force march into this region over here. We're going to take Throt, set up a little bit of an ambush trap here. And Throt can move up into here at 100%. We want him as far away from those armies of Kostaltyn as possible at 100%. Then we're going to move this guy into the zone of control. And we want to make sure that we actually move this guy here, because we want to wait for the initiation of the attack from Castalton, because he's likely going to send this guy first, and if he does that, then he'll trip the trap. We don't want to do that. So we're going to move him here instead of farther back. Bingo. Now, as far as Hell Pit is concerned, we're going to go ahead and go with the Taskmaster's platform, and we should also get that and upgrade our growth. We want to do Warlock Engineers next turn, and for that, we're going to need that. And boom, got him. Obviously, again, using the quote-unquote easy auto-resolve has resulted in a result that would never have been acceptable through a manual resolve. But again, this is a guide campaign. It's not that big of a deal. And you can see here that we have eliminated Castalton. Now, in realistic manual resolve situation, we would have not eliminated Castalton. He would have come back up here, but it still would have been a pretty easy fight when we go to eliminate his faction. Again, the specifics of whether you win this battle or not does not matter, because you can just come right back through here and eliminate this faction when you come back through, and hopefully they've built some troops up so you get some more food. Anyway, so as far as finishing up this guide is concerned, we can go ahead and simply wipe out Castalton's faction. And there you have it. We're on turn 5, and we have eliminated... Well, we would have eliminated if we hadn't allowed the Drazina Enclave to take this position. But for the sake of this guide, we have eliminated our first 3 enemies, consolidated a fair amount of territory. We are well into the green. We've got Warlock Engineers... Okay, so actually, a little bit of an oversight here that I just realized. You can't build the Warlock Engineer building here because that's a level 3 requirement. I actually have this ass backwards. This should have been your breeding stock, and this should be your Warlock Engineer building. But since we have it here, we can go ahead and get our Ferocious Plans anyway and get that started. Now, the reason that you're rushing for the Ferocious Plans is you're trying to get to here so that you can get your follower for increased research rate. Anyway, this is how to eliminate all of your initial enemies. Again, if you play this the correct way with without auto resolve and completely destroy your armies, then you should be able to do this in relative ease. And now where you would go from here is to move on to Prague, initiate diplomacy with these Norskins here. After you've taken Prague, you move on to Kislev, and you try to stay away from Draika as long as possible. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you can use it to great effect. follow me here at the Art of Safe Scumming.